He was among a talented group of artists who hailed from Norfolk, Virginia, that forever changed the game for blues, soul, and funk. Eventually, he branched out to create his own sound known as Carolina Beach music. He was none other than the legendary General Norman Johnson. Johnson was born on May 23, 1941 in Norfolk, Virginia, spending most of his formative years in the Huntersville section of the city. In his youth, he quickly showed a talent for singing and performing by starting in his church choir at just the tender age of 6.
I was singing my father's group, and I sung with them from Norfolk to New York City at the age of 6. And they used to go from church to church, right? And they would take out the silver offering, that's what they call it. A basket for the boy wonder, a basket for the group. And the boy wonder always got 4 times more than the group did. So when I got to be 12 years old, they had a meeting and they said, they used to call me Shorty. He said, Shorty, you know when Jesus became 12 years old, he was considered a man. And I said, yes, sir. I said, well, you considered a man now, Shorty. So your money's gonna have to come into the till with everybody else. And I quit.
In his late teens, Johnson became a part of a group known as the Humdingers and signed his first recording contract with Atlantic Records. In 1961, under the new management of Minute Records, the group changed its name to the Showman and began recording several tracks.
I had a song called It Will Stand that was #1, like I said before, in Detroit for like 5 or 6 weeks. And they wanted, even when they were with Motown, they wanted to use my voice. When they left Motown, they called me. Little did I know that they were still in a fight with Motown and could not do any recording, right? I'm sitting up in Detroit with nothing to do but learn, right? And Lamont Dozier would always say, just keep your ears open because I ain't teaching you nothing, right? Right? So for a year or so, I did nothing but learn the art of writing a song. What a lot of people don't know, because I'm not really a horn blower, but after that, when they finally were able to do business, I think I had like 6 or 7 million selling songs that I had written, that I wrote.
In 1969, Johnson moved his family up to Detroit, Michigan, where he eventually signed with Invictus Records. Once the soul singer's career as a solo artist reached a stalemate, he recruited the help of 3 other singers, Harrison Kennedy, Eddie Custis, and Danny Woods, to form the now famous group, Chairman of the Board.
Holland Dozier and Holland are putting together a group. So I went over to the house, Lamont Dozier, and we introduced ourselves, and he sat down to the piano. And he started playing and started singing. And I stood there in amazement. I said, now I heard this guy before, but I had no idea that it was who it was. He was playing and singing. And it come to me like a flash. I said, now if I team up with him, we would have a powerful things. Because he had a very unique sound and a very, I could feel the flow, the talent. I said, I think I'm gonna go for this. And that's how I met him.
His distinct sound and stage presence made them pioneers in the Carolina beach music scene and brought the group success in the early 70s.
Beach music originally is rhythm and blues music that's been adopted by this area. You got to understand that in the earlier days, when Caucasian people liked rhythm and blues music, it couldn't be known. Now, how it got the name beach music is they could take that, they had a place that they could go where anything went. They go down to Myrtle Beach, and those people who liked that rhythm and blues music, they could play it on the jukeboxes, dance to it or whatever. And that's how it, and the name, that's how I got the name, beach music.
Sing, you can make. Oh, sing this song.
His legend can be spotted in several different aspects of music. He wrote one of Clarence Carter's most famous hits, Patches, Frida Payne's Bring the Boys Home, and he has provided several samples in popular music, including Mary Mary, Common, and Kanye West. His relevance to the music industry is so pertinent that, in fact, the Virginia General Assembly designated June 9th as General Norman Johnson Day.
I mean, his music has touched so many people. The only thing I probably wanted more is that I would say, and it's hard to say it without that sounding this, but his community has been able to follow. The one thing I would just like to see more, you know, African Americans, you know, follow their musical history.
Sadly, Johnson passed away on October 13, 2010, after what was suspected as complications from lung cancer. His legacy will always be remembered. His sound will always be emulated. He is the one and only General Norman Johnson.